Hello, hello! Pizza Packs here, and we're back with our third deck from Tarkir Dragonstorm. This week we have Sultai Arisen. Fill the graveyard, return with zombie druids. Let's see. Death is fertile ground. Very nice. Right, we've got our collector booster sample pack, which we'll put in the stack for the rest of them. As with previous decks, we have a themed tuck box. Also have a pamphlet on the deck, giving a quick blurb on how to play the deck, overview of commander rules, and then a small portrait with bio on the two face commanders, Taval the Balanced Scale, and Kotis Sibsig Champion. Or Sibsig Champion. Then on the back we have the thing about the color pie, which is largely irrelevant, because they rarely follow it anymore, but it is what it is. Back of this we have 6 counters, 3 +1/+1, 3 -1/-1. So let's get to the part that everyone came here for, the deck. Do There we go. So starting things off, we have Taval, the Balanced Scale. 1 black, green, blue for 4/4 legendary spirit dragon with flying. When it attacks, mill 3 cards, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Okay. Kotis Sibsig Champion. Black, green, blue for a 3/3 legendary zombie warrior. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control enter, if 1 or more of them entered from a graveyard or it was cast from a graveyard, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Kotis. It almost makes me think that Muldrotha would be a better commander for this deck, just from reading those two. Diviner of Mists, 4 and a blue for 4/5 dragon with flying. Whenever this creature attacks, mill 4 cards. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard with mana value 4 or less without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. That's pretty sweet. Afterlife from the Loam. Well, that's definitely a reference. 5 black sorcery delve. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting this spell pays for a colorless. Or for 1 generic mana, rather. For each player, choose up to 1 target creature card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. They're zombies in addition to their other types. Funny enough, while this references Life from the Loam, it is very different from Life from the Loam, which focuses on lands. Taval's Judgment. 2 and a black enchantment. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card, create a treasure token, or create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. That's interesting enough, it might actually be playable in Legacy. It's probably not because of its cost, but that is interesting. Welcome the Dead. 3 and a black, sorcery, draw 2 cards, then discard a card, and you lose 2 life. Create X tapped 2/2 black zombie druid creature tokens, where X is the number of cards that were put into your graveyard from your hand or library this turn. Flashback, 5 and a black. That is an interesting one. Floral Evoker. 2 and a green for a 2/3 snake druid with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. For a green and discard a creature card, return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay. I have a feeling that that could be really useful with Ashaya. Steward of the Harvest. 3 and a green for a 3/3 human druid. Whenever this creature enters, exile up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard. Creatures you control have all activated abilities of all land cards exiled with this creature. There's an infinite combo in here somewhere. I just, off the top of my head, I'm not sure what it would be. Will of the Sultai. 4 and a green, sorcery, choose one. If you control a commander, as you cast a spell, you may choose both instead. Target player mills 3 cards, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Put X +1/+1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of lands you control. It gains trample until end of turn. Another interesting one. Colossal Grave Reaver. 6 black-green for a 7/6 dragon with flying. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them onto the battlefield. When one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them onto the battlefield. That's very interesting. So if you entomb with this, it just immediately puts it into play. I want to mess with that with Legacy Reanimator. Gravecrawler. For a black, you get a 2/1 zombie. This creature can't block. You may cast this card from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. Lots of fun infinite combos with this card. Life from the Loam. Hey, nice to see that get a reprint. 1 and a green, sorcery. Return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Dredge 3. If you would draw a card, you may mill 3 cards instead. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Casualties of War. 2 black, black, green, green, sorcery. Choose 1 or more, so you can choose all modes if you want to. Destroy target artifact, destroy target creature, destroy target enchantment, destroy target land, destroy target planeswalker. It's a lot of fun when you can do all 5. Amphin Mutineer. 3 and a blue for a 3/3 Salamander Pirate. Whenever this creature enters, exile up to 1 target non-Salamander creature. That creature's controller creates a 4/3 blue Salamander Warrior creature token. And then Encore 4 blue. 4 blue, exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh, nice. So it's in Commander. It's a built-in 4/1. It's pretty cool. River Kelpie. 3 blue for a 3/3 beast. Whenever this creature or another permanent enters from a graveyard, draw a card. Whenever a player casts a spell from a graveyard, draw a card. Persist. When this creature dies, if it had no -1/-1 counters on it, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a -1/-1 counter on it. So this, plus a sack outlet and something like Grimgrin, which I know isn't in this coloring, but anything that has it enter with a +1/+1 counter on it is infinite draw. Just something to consider. Dauthi Voidwalker. Hey, it's a nice one. Black for a 3/2 Dauthi Rogue with Shadow. If a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile it with a void counter on it. Tap, sacrifice this creature, choose an exiled card an opponent owns with a void counter on it. You may play that card without paying its mana cost. Just absolute house in both Modern and Legacy. Great card. Disciple of Bolas. 3 and a black for a 2/1 human wizard. When this creature enters, sacrifice another creature. You gain X life and draw X cards, where X is that creature's power. Nice. Just a good way to keep turning things into draws. Junji, the Midnight Sky. This just rotated. Out of standard. 3 black for a 5/5 legendary creature dragon spirit with flying and menace. When it dies, choose one. Each opponent draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. Or put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose 2 life. Most of the time, you're going to choose the second mode. Or, sorry, each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. So I guess either mode is pretty useful. Living Death. Very nice. 3 black sorcery. Each player exiles all creature cards from their graveyard, then sacrifices all creatures they control. Then puts all cards they exiled this way onto the battlefield. Basically, swap creatures in play with creatures from the battlefield. Lethal Scheme. 2 black instant. Convoke. Your creatures can help cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays a generic or 1 mana of that creature's color. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Each creature that convoked this way, or that convoked this spell, connives. Connive is draw a card, then discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. It's pretty sweet. Lord of the Forsaken. 4 black for a 6/6 demon with flying and trample. For a black and sacrifice another creature, target player mills 3 cards. Pay 1 life, add a colorless, spend this mana only to cast spells from your graveyard. Oh, but he doesn't actually enable playing things from your graveyard. That's a little less fun. Necromantic Selection. 4 black for a sorcery. Destroy all creatures, then return a creature card from a Destroy all creatures, then return a creature card put into a graveyard this way onto the battlefield under your control. It's a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Exile Necromantic Selection. Okay. Necropolis Fiend. 7 black for a 4/5 demon with Delve. Flying, and tap, exile X cards from your graveyard. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. It's pretty sweet. Noxious Gearhulk. 4 black for a 5/4 artifact creature construct with menace. When this creature enters, you may destroy another target creature. If a creature is destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness. This was fantastic when it was in standard, and it's still pretty solid. Omnixilis the Fallen. 3 black for a 3/3 legendary demon with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may have target player lose 3 life. If you do, put 3 +1/+1 counters on Omnixilis. Tassiger, the Golden Fang. 5 and a black for a 4/5 legendary human shaman with Delve. 2 and a hybrid blue-green, mill 2 cards, then return a non-land card of an opponent's choice from your graveyard to your hand. He can also be a commander for this deck, as he has the proper color identity. Woe Strider, 2 and a black for a 3/2 horror. When this creature enters, create a 0/1 white goat creature token. Sacrifice another creature, scry 1. Escape. 3 black, exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. This creature escapes with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Very nice. Avenger of Zendikar. This used to be one of the big threats in Commander. It's funny how it's a little less powerful now. 5 green for a 5/5 elemental. When this creature enters, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each land you control. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each plant creature you control. This gets very silly very quickly. Conduit of Worlds. I think this might actually be legal in Standard right now. 2 green artifact. You may play lands from your graveyard. Tap. Choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. If you do, you can't cast additional spells this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Very cool. Multani, Yavamaya's Avatar. 4 green for a 0/0 legendary elemental avatar with reach and trample. Multani gets +1/+1 for each land you control and each land in your graveyard. 1 and a green, return 2 lands you control to their owner's hand. Return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Just a nice sticky threat for long boards. Or long game states. Okay. Shigeki, Jukai Visionary. This actually just rotated from Standard. 1 and a green for a 1/3 legendary enchantment creature, Snake Druid. 1 and a green tap, return Shigeki to its owner's hand. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest into your graveyard. And then channel for XX green, discard this card. Return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. This had a, I guess, a loop, really, with the Sky Turtle. Consuming Aberration. 3 blue-black for an XX Horror. This creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card, then puts those cards into their graveyard. Jared, Golgari Lichlord. Black, green for 2/2 legendary zombie elf. Jared gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. 1 black-green, sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Sacrifice a swamp and a forest. Return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Very nice. Lord of Extinction. 3 black-green for an XX elemental. This creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in all graveyards. That's fun with that. Mirren of Clan Neltoth. 2 black-green for a 3/4 legendary human shaman. Whenever another creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of your end step, choose target creature card in your graveyard. If the card's mana value is less than or equal to the number of experience counters you have, return it to the battlefield, otherwise put it into your hand. Command Beacon. It's a land that taps for colorless, and then tap and sacrifice it to put your commander into your hand from the command zone. Excuse me. That can be really good for enabling a lot of recursion and graveyard shenanigans. Crypt of Agadim. It's a land that enters taps for a black, and then 2 tap, add black for each black creature in your graveyard. Darkwater Catacombs. Land that filters a generic into blue-black. Dreamroot Cascade. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Taps for a green or a blue. Dronyard Temple. Taps for a colorless. 3. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. A great way to trigger those landfall abilities. Well, especially with a sack outlet. Exotic Orchard. Tap, add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Fetid Pools. It's an island swamp that enters tapped and cycles for 2. Hinterland Harbor. Enters tapped unless you control a forest or an island. Taps for a green or a blue. Llanowar Waste. Currently legal in Standard. Taps for a colorless and then taps for a black or green and deals 1 damage to you. Sunken Hollow. It's an island swamp that enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Temple of Malady. Enters tapped. When it enters, you scry 1, then taps for a green or a black. Woodland Cemetery. Taps for green or a black and enters tapped unless you control a swamp or a forest. Essence Anchor. Well, this is from the main set. 2 and a blue artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Tap, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Activate only during your turn and only if a card left your graveyard this turn. Soul Ring, 1 mana artifact that taps for 2. Arcane Signet, 2 mana artifact that taps for your commander's color identity. Command Tower, it's a land that taps for your commander's color identity. Forbidden Alchemy, 2 and a blue instant. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Then it flashes back for 6 and a black. Hedron Crab, hey, nice to see this get a reprint. For a blue, it's a 0/2 crab with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, target player mills 3 cards. Treasure Cruise, 7 and a blue sorcery, delve, draw 3 cards. Wonder, my favorite of the incarnation cycle after Genesis. 3 and a blue for a 2/2 incarnation with flying. As long as this card is in your graveyard and you control an island, creatures you control have flying. Just really great effect. Phyrexian Reclamation, very nice. For a black, it's an enchantment. 1 and a black, pay 2 life. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Reassembling Skeleton, 1 and a black for a 1/1 skeleton warrior, and for 1 and a black, you can return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Stitcher's Supplier, for a black, it's a 1/1 zombie. Whenever this creature enters or dies, mill 3 cards. Kishla Skimmer, blue-green for a 2/2 bird scout with flying. Whenever a land leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Victimize, 2 and a black, sorcery, choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Crawling Sensation, 2 and a green, enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere for the first time each turn, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. Cultivate, 2 and a green, sorcery, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, reveal them, and put 1 into the battlefield tapped, the other into your hand, then shuffle. Farseek, 1 and a green, sorcery, search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Great way to get duels. Grapple with the Past, 1 and a green, instant, mill 3 cards, then you may return a creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Harrow, 2 and a green, instant, as an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a land. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Keep in mind that's not tapped, just straight onto the battlefield. Opulent Palace, enters tapped, taps for a black, green, or blue. Rampant Growth, 1 and a green, sorcery, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Where we get the term ramp from, actually. Sakura Tribe Elder, it's a rampant growth on a body. 1 and a green for a 1/1 snake shaman, sacrifice this creature, search your library for a basic land card, put that card on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Springbloom Druid, 2 and a green for a 1/1 elf druid. When this creature enters, you may sacrifice a land. If you do, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. This is basically a harrow on a body. Satyr Wayfinder, 1 and a green for a 1/1 satyr. When this creature enters, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into the graveyard. Terra Sunder, currently unstandard. 1 and a green, instant, kicker for 1 and a black. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If this spell was kicked, exile target non-land permanent instead. Just good all-around removal in green, which is unusual. Timeless Witness, 2 green for a 2/1 human shaman. When this creature enters, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Eternalize, 5 green. Grizzly Salvage, green black for an instant, rather. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card or a land card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. Good way to get stuff into the graveyard quickly. Nyx Weaver. 1 black-green for 2/3 enchantment creature spider with reach. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill 2 cards. 1 green-black. Exile this creature. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Putrefy. 1 black-green instant. Destroy target artifact or creature. It cannot be regenerated. Skull Prophet. Black-green for a 3/1 human druid. Tap for a black or a green. Or you can tap to mill 2 cards. Nice. Milliken. 2 mana, 0/1 artifact creature construct. Tap to mill a card and add a colorless. Cephalid Coliseum. It's a land that taps for a blue and deals 1 damage to you. And if you have Threshold, you can pay a blue, tap and sacrifice it to have target player draw 3 cards, then discard 3 cards. You can activate this only if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Contaminated Aquifer. It's an island swamp that enters tapped. Foreboding Landscape. Tapped for a colorless, and then tap, sacrifice this land, search your library for a basic swamp, forest, or island, and put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. And it cycles for a black, green, blue. Golgari Rot Farm. Enters tapped. When it enters, you return a land you control to its owner's hand, and then taps for a black, green. So for 2 mana. Haunted Mire. The swamp forest that enters tapped. Memory to Folly. This land enters tapped, taps for a black, and then for 2 and a black, tap and sacrifice this land. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Myriad Landscape. Enters tapped, taps for a colorless, and then for 2, tap and sacrifice it. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type and put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Keep in mind this cannot get waste because waste is not a land type, so it does not share a land type, but you can get the other basics. Terramorphic Expanse. Tap and sacrifice. Search your library for a basic land and put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Now we're to the basics. We have 1, 2, 3 islands, 4 islands. Yeah, 4 islands. It's a little weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swamps, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forests. Now for the tokens, we have 2/2 Zombie Druid with treasure on the back, 0/1 Plant with an insect on the back, a 1/1 insect on the back, 0/1 Goat with a Timeless Witness Eternalized token on the back, 0/1 Plant with a 0/1 Goat on the back, 2/2 Zombie Druid with a 1/1 insect on the back, 2/2 Zombie Druid with a 4/3 Salamander Warrior on the back, 0/1 Plant with a 0/1 Goat on the back, 2/2 Zombie Druid with a 1/1 Insect on the back. We have an Experience token with a Treasure token on the back, 0/1 Plant with a 1/1 Insect on the back. And there's a Turn Order Reminder and a Popular Magic Formats card. Very nice. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure with Sultai Arisen. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. It really helps us out, and I really appreciate it. And until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.